Okay. Technologies. It's working in open source technologies and Mozilla mission.
Good evening, all. My name is Eldos Keshubu. I'm doing my final year BTech in Computer Science Engineering from R. Athanasius College of Engineering, Kodamangalam. Before I start, let me ask you something. Hope all are Malayalis. Everyone knows Malayalam. So, is it okay if I convey with you in Malayalam? English. Okay, then English. First of all, I would like to say about what is open source and what are its major differences with other softwares. All. The major thing which I want to convey is why we go for open source and why we would like to differentiate it with other softwares. Let's take the consideration of other softwares like Microsoft Word. Can anyone tell what are its advantages and disadvantages? Can anyone tell me? Please. Is it used? Yes. It's very user friendly and stable. Okay. And it's also backed by a very good, well established firm known as Microsoft. But I think it have a small disadvantage. If you want to change something, can you do it? No. There comes the advantage of open source and free softwares. Let me clarify something with you. The difference between free software and open source. Nowadays, the both are in the same path. But on earlier days, free software means the software should be entirely free. But in the case of open source, the software should be opened, but we can collect revenue or we can do anything with that software or we can collect money from that. That's called open source, open sourcing. To know more about open source, let's take into consideration of a single thing called Mozilla. I think everyone has heard about that Mozilla, right? Okay, and Kumrashan will tell more about Mozilla. So my session will here is about what is open source and how it can reflect in our life. I think Mozilla had done a very good job in open sourcing. They are collecting revenue as well as they are doing their open sourcing thing also. Can you tell me some other things, some other examples of open source software which we use in our daily life? Other examples? First of all, I want to say that I just want to have an interactive session. It's not I'm talking, you're listening. I just want to have an interactive session. You can have talks with me. If I know that, I can tell you. You also have the right to correct me. So please tell what is say some examples of open source softwares. Huh? Next, okay, it was a free software. Okay, then let's take into consideration of open source also. Okay, tell me the other names. More. I want more names. Eh? Okay, Telegram. Eh? Angry Birds. I can't agree with you. It's not an open source. Do you have the source with you? Then you are under arrest if you have it. Tell me other names. Opnovis, yes. Very good. Opnovis, give me the name, the fork name of that. Recently, Opnovis has been bought by Oracle. So a group has just forked it. LibreOffice, yes. LibreOffice. And some other names, Mozilla Firefox. More? Thunderbird, yeah. So what makes it more different, more enthusiastic for us than the other proprietary softwares? We can change it. We can adapt to it to our needs. That's the more peculiarity that these softwares make in our real day life. That's what I'm conveying to you. The major advantage with open source software is that you have the right, or the right is on you to make changes if you want, or you can make changes. You can do it on your enterprise or in your home for any purpose, and you can redistribute it provided that it should be maintained in the open source license. Can you tell me why Linus Torvalds and RMS, Richard Matthew Stallman, did not provide Linux, that means the entire Linux operating system, not just the kernel, in public domain? The reason is that, can anyone tell me that the reason? അവരെന്തുകൊണ്ടാണത് ഓപ്പൺ പബ്ലിക് ഡൊമൈൻ പബ്ലിക് ഡൊമൈൻ ആർക്കും യൂസ് ചെയ്യാം ഇൻ ദ പബ്ലിക് ഡൊമൈൻ വൈ ഡിഡിൻ ദേ ഹോസ്റ്റ് ഇൻ ദ പബ്ലിക് ഡൊമൈൻ ഇൻസ്റ്റെഡ് ദേ ഗീവ് ഇറ്റ് ഇൻ ദ GPL license? Why? The reason is that in public domain, if I host anything on the public domain, I will get the right to collect it from the net or any other source, and I have the right to modify, and I will redistribute it in a proprietary license. So that the reason is that when I redistribute it in a proprietary license, it's against the rule. So we are using a license called GPL. So let's control the GPL license. Let's just abandon the Apache or any license, the GPL license. So they are providing it in the GPL license. The main reason is that when you make changes, when you are distributing, if you are distributing, there is no one compelling you to distribute that. Recently, the Supreme Court of India has adopted Ubuntu, and I wrote an email to them saying that please open their sources. I just want to know what all changes they had made, like the IT at school that the Kerala government has done. And they replied to me that in the GPL license, it's not saying that we should publish it. It should be modified, and it should not be. If they want, they can publish it, so that everyone can make use of it. That's the use of GPL license. If you are publishing it, you should maintain it in the GPL license or whatever license it is maintained or it is published in. Okay, so tell me something. Why are you adopting free software? Suppose I write 10 lines of code a day. Why should I give it in free software or open source software? What is the advantage? Come on, tell me. Not free of cost. If you can collect revenue from that, then why shouldn't you adopt it in a free of cost? It's not free of cost. You can give it on proprietary license, but why shouldn't you give it on free or proprietary license? What is the benefit of giving it in open source? Tell me. Community? Say louder. Yes. Let me say that I'm a human being. I hope I'm a human being. Then I will make errors, so that there will be bugs in my program. If I maintained it in a public domain like GitHub is a version control system. If I maintained it in the GitHub or any other things, people can download it, they can make changes in my software, and they can upload their changes. That's a major advantage, so that the whole community benefits. I will get the whole rights that I created the software, along with my software will get bug free. Okay, so there's a problem that I think you all know that Oracle bought Sun Microsystems, right? At that time, a group of individuals had been afraid that had been in a state of worry that will they be using this open office and all other things that Sun had into a proprietary domain. So because of that, what they behavior, they just forked it and just made it in a LibreOffice. So we should be concerned about when we are writing code, it should not be get in the hands of proprietaries. That's what I'm conveying to you. That's what open sourcing is all about. You can disclose your source. Nobody, or you can't disclose. You are not free to disclose your source. That's up to you. But if you disclose the source of your program, it will be benefited in the whole community. That's my introduction. Then I would like to get know each and everybody of you. I think there's only a small person, so please introduce about yourself. Start.
Myself, Davison. I'm working in Sherstone Software, Technopark itself.
What platform are you working?
PHP.
PHP?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Is PHP free software?
Yeah, open source.
Not exactly open source.
Hi, I'm Srinath. I work here in -2 in a company called as Proteum Logic. I am a Java developer. Yeah, we do.
Shamir. Data, let's see. Python.
You're doing Python.
Jones Paul, second year CS, MA College.
Prince Raju, second year CS, MA College, Kodamangalam.
Tell about your contribution contributions to open source also in the time of introduction?
I've been been in this Mozilla, this open source technologies for quite a short time, but I'm quite happy with what I do, and I've been in Army of Awesomeness, and I've done some graphic work also, and I'm really happy with this.
Alex Abraham, MA College, Kodangalam.
Basil Sunny, MA College, Kodamgalam, second year CS.
I'm Kunjariya Kurula, doing my second year in MA College, computer science, and I've also been new to the open source, and I've done a few editings and a few translations in for Mozilla, and we started a club in our college. That's it.
Yasser Salim, I'm a PHP developer.
Hello, I'm Subin. I am from Kannur. I'm a Android developer.
Hi, I'm Anshad. I'm works for iOS developer. That's all.
Hi, my name is Suresh, working in Firmosoft Solutions, and I'm using .NET technologies. Yeah.
I'm Jishnu Pradeep. I'm doing my second year CS at SRM University, Chennai. I'm actually a Firefox student ambassador of my college.
I'm Vishnu, and I'm working in UST Global, and I'm a WordPress developer.
My name is Afdar Ali, and I'm also doing in ASP.NET.
Hi, I'm Mubashir CK. I'm a web developer.
So who all are here presently doing web developing? Web developer. Okay. The major advantage is that when you create a website, you can also make it as an app in Mozilla. The whole thing will be described by Kumareshan. And as an introduction to Mozilla, I would like to convey that Mozilla is now everything. You can know when we take a set of individuals, there will be at least one person who knows Mozilla and who is contributing to Mozilla. So Mozilla is growing in our daily life. I heard something about Mozilla. When you have an internet connection in your lab, what's the first thing you use? The browser. So Mozilla asked me that, why can't the browser be an operating system? There comes the relevance of Firefox OS. And I invite Kumareshan to give the introduction and to give more about why contribute, what is Mozilla, and what is blah blah blah. He will give the right amount of information to you.
Everybody knows Eldos is talking about the privacy and private policy and privacy and open source technologies. In Mozilla, the open source technology, all the items used, I mean, all the things that used in Mozilla is open source technologies. And everybody know nowadays when we use Chrome or other browsers, there is someone is tracking us. Some other when we take a site or website, there are so many trackers has to be tracking us. That we will not bother about that tracking knowledge. In when we use Mozilla in private browsing, there is no anyone or any tracking has to be detected in that process. In whatever Mozilla means, it's an open technology, and everyone, those who are interested in open technologies and how to contribute and how to hardly contributed to open technologies is welcome to Mozilla. And so the Mozilla all source codes are has to be opened, and it has been open in the GitHub. Those who want to break and build any item, any projects in Mozilla has to be changed by yourself. That's all.
Hi all. Hi all. I'm Raja Rahim, working as a developer here in DBG.
And myself Shiraz, working as a front-end developer here at DBG. And today we will be discussing about Firefox OS, an open source OS built on open source web technologies. And if you know some basics of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, then you can create smart apps for your mobile phones. And first of all, the exciting thing is that mobile manufacturers like Intex, Spice, etc., have come up with new devices running Firefox OS, and we have some devices over here.
Yeah, one
Yeah, it's
geek
here.
phone is here, and some index devices are also here.
And today, Raja will be taking you through step-by-step step-by-step process of making an app. And Raja.
In case of app development, we have to mainly worry about two things: and the front end and the controllers. Yeah. In case of front end, the user interface. In case of Firefox OS, which is completely created with HTML and CSS. I think everyone know the basics of HTML, CSS, and little bit of JS. Yeah. Then I think it won't be a problem to create a Firefox Firefox app.
Yeah, if you know the basics of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, then it's simple for you guys to create an app.
Then the backend, the control side is handled by JavaScript. You can develop it with the basic JavaScript itself. Also, you can use any frameworks, jQuery like that. All the logic programming, looping, and the data controllings are done with the JavaScript. Okay, let's start with the real app development now. You guys can follow us to build a sample app so that you will get a better picture on how to develop an app. If you have a laptop, you just come to the Wi-Fi, you will get the access. And also Shiraz and Kumareshan will help you with this. Kumareshan, you may please help them to support them. Okay, I think we are making it more of a workshop. Trying to make it a workshop here.
Hope all of you have your Firefox browsers installed.
And after this session, you can create an app and submit to the App Store. We are expecting that.
To connect to the Wi-Fi, DBG OS Hack is the SSID name, and the password is.
Yeah, the same thing.
Okay, the
DBG
password
OS
is DBG OS Hack in all small letters.
DBG OS Hack.
DBG
you can edit it in the SSID. If you have any doubt, just feel free to ask. Yeah, are we good to go? Let's mainly we are using two tools. One is a text editor, and the other is Firefox browser itself. Firefox browser is used as the Firefox OS stimulator. Also, we can use to debug the application. Latest versions of Firefox browser support the debugging and simulating. For that, any text editor you can use. You can use any text editor. I prefer Sublime Text. And Firefox browser, about Firefox browser, it will be better if you install the latest one. there was more support.
We personally do not encourage sublime text. I suggest you should go for brackets, not open source. It has some problem in the community, so you can go for brackets also. Brackets.io. It's a good text editor. I think you should suggest. I am suggesting it. The rest is up to you.
The another ID text editor.
Actually, it's a forked version of this fork from add-on. No, it's open source.
Seriously? About bracket, huh? Bracket.io.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, so,
yeah, we have another editor called Atom.
Atom.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
Atom by
Atom from GitHub.
GitHub itself. Lightweight.
Lightweight.
Okay. Everybody fire up the browser. Okay. Then app manager. App manager is the part we used to start the simulator, OS simulators, and also debug tool. To start the app manager, to get the window, go to tools, developer, app manager, or you can also go it from here also, tools, web developer, app manager, or also you just type in about app -manager. Okay, this is the app manager window. Okay, I'm fine. Yeah, got the window.
Anyone have issues connecting to
Wi-Fi? Anybody
Wi-Fi or
have
something?
issues with connecting to Wi-Fi
Yeah.
or any other issues? You can also look into the original fonts. Here we have some prototypes, one tab, one index font, and one GIF font. Okay.
നെറ്റ് കിട്ടുന്നില്ല. കണക്റ്റഡ് ആണ്. ശരിയായോ?
Okay, now check now.
അതൊന്ന് മാനേജ് ചെയ്ത്.
Hello. Okay. Next, we have to start a simulator. To start a simulator, on the bottom of the app manager, you can see a start simulator button. On clicking this, it will list all the simulator version installed in the browser. All simulator versions are Firefox add-ons. Okay, it will not list if you haven't installed anything. You have to install it first. So it's an add-on. Just click the install or add button. It will redirect to another window, another page. You can see a install simulators. Okay, here all the simulator versions available in the available OS versions are listed here. You can install, just clicking it, it will pop up a box. Just allow, it will automatically install in your browser. Net എടുത്തില്ല. Okay.
Issue solve ആയോ? ചോവാണല്ലേ. എന്തൊക്കെയാ സ്ലോ? അത് ലാന. പകുതി മറ്റേലേക്ക് കണക്ട് ചെയ്ത് കൊടുക്കണം. DBG 00 DBG എപ്പോൾ?
The XPA files is quite big, so they will be help you to install. You can install it with the pen drives. Yeah, it's an XPA file. Just put it in the browser, it will automatically install it. Copy that. If anyone has, did anyone want the brackets ID?
ഞാൻ കൊടുത്താണ്.
To install the same, you will get the XPA file from the pen drive. You just drag and drop it to the browser. It will pop up a window. Just click the install now. Are you following me? Okay. If any issues, please contact. Okay, install. Yeah, okay. 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 Hello. Let's move to another section. Hello. Then after installing, you will see the simulator versions here in the bottom of the app manager. On clicking it, it will automatically pop up the OS simulator version of OS. It's version 2.1, B2G 2.1. You can just drag and drop the XPA file to the browser. It will automatically pop up the install window. Issue? Skype? XPA file. Just give the XPA file. Oh. Okay. Now you have the simulator running. Yep. Now let's start building a real app. Okay, a sample app. At a high level, I'm trying to build a recipe app here. Okay. First, create a folder anywhere in your system named recipe. Okay. Here I'm going to create it in the desktop itself. New folder. Okay. And inside this folder, we are going to put all our app files going to put here in this folder. Okay. Now we have to create our main index file. It's just an HTML file. You can name it whatever you like, but should have an extension .html. Yeah. Okay. For that, inside the recipe folder, just create a new file. I'm naming it as index itself. Okay. Okay. Take your time. That's.
We can use this also. It is also XPA file. XPA file.
Meanwhile, I will show you how to connect the device. You can also connect the real devices with the app manager. Just plug it in. Normally, it will show here the device name is full key on. It will display here. Just click in. It will automatically connect to the device. Uh, Now it's connected to B2G. Yeah, you can see it here. Now it will list the device in the device tab. Here we can see the all installed applications in the phone. Also, we can debug any application you. It will start the application here in phone. When we start clicking start, it will automatically start the Facebook application in this phone. Okay. Anybody have issues with the simulator? No, okay. Do it. Further.
നെറ്റ് ഭയങ്കര സ്ലോ. അത് ഫയർഫോക്സ് പ്രോബ്ലം.
Okay. Hello. Hello.
Is it running? ഇൻസ്റ്റാൾ ചെയ്തോ? ഡൗൺലോഡ് ആവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ കുഴപ്പമില്ല.
Hello. Anybody downloading anything big? Downloading. The XP file. Okay. Okay. Just create a folder anywhere in your system named recipe. Inside that folder, just create a main index file. You can name it whatever you like, but make sure it has an extension .html. Okay. Hello. Just installing this editor. New page. Raja. Newly installed. Okay, just creating an HTML file here for um, okay, here HTML simple HTML file title as recipe and header tag same as recipe. Now this is a simple HTML file. Now we have to create a manifest file. Manifest dot web app dot web app. It's a simple web app. Dot extension is web app. It's a web app file actually. It's a JSON file. We have to create it in our folder just next to the index main index file. Here we are going to create manifest dot web app. It has some formats. Here we are writing our apps details. It's app name, description, apps permissions, etc. It will be described here in this file. For that, just I'm just copying. I'm just copying a manifest file from here. I'm just copying a sample manifest file. Okay. I don't have net access. Net access. No. Okay. If I just go to bluechat.com/FFOS hack. Just go to this chat room, please. If you have internet access, just go to this chat room. bluechat.com/FFOS hack. I'll post the URL I'm using here so that you can easily copy it from there. Okay. Are you getting this URL? Slow. And I'm renaming my app, my demo recipe. um, and description. Also, we need a icon. By clicking this icon, we have to fire up our application. So we have to make a 128 x 128 PNG icon. Now I'm just copying from. And just copying this file. Just create, just get a 128 x 128 icon. It's simply image file, and provide the paths. Just okay, providing the icon path. You can also fill in your name. If you have a URL, you can provide it here. This is a simple manifest file. Okay. Have you reached up to this?
Okay, I can copy the down. Google it down. Okay, നെറ്റ് കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ടോ? നെറ്റ് കിട്ടുന്നില്ല? കിട്ടുന്നില്ല അല്ലേ? ആ, അത് JSON ഫയൽ ഉണ്ടാക്കി. എങ്ങോട്ട് ഡൗൺലോഡ് ചെയ്ത? ഇതേതാ? ഇതാ ലിനക്സ് ഇതല്ലേ? ഇല്ലല്ല, അത് രണ്ടാമത് പേജ് ചെയ്ത.
Okay. Up to manifest file. Now you have to run this app in your emulator. Okay. For that, just go to the app manager, click on the apps tab. You see a add package app option. Just click it. It will opt you to select the folder. Just select the folder you have created and open it. It will automatically pick your manifest file and list it there. Okay. Then okay.
ഇതില്ല പാക്കേജ് ഇപ്പോൾ ഓപ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യും. നേരത്തെ ഉണ്ടാക്കിയ ഫോൾഡർ അങ്ങ് ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്ത് കൊടുക്കാം.
Okay. Okay. Open I one.
Now just update the click the update button. It will automatically install in your uh, simulator like this. Okay.
എന്തില്ല എന്തിട്ട് എവിടെ PNG ആക്കി നോർമലി എടുക്കേണ്ടതാണ് ചില സമയത്ത് അപ്പുറത്തേക്ക് എത്താത്തതിൻ്റെ ഫയൽ ഷെയർ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റൂല സ്കൈപ്പ് എല്ലാവരോടും സ്കൈപ്പ് സൈനപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറയാൻ നിന്നാ സമയം പോകണം പറയും എല്ലാവരും ആഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ നിൽക്കാൻ വന്നോ ഓക്കെ
Okay.
ഉണ്ടല്ലോ unable to access the app starting document ഇതവിടെ ഇല്ല index.html ഇല്ല yes manifest പോലെ index.html colon extra ഉണ്ടല്ലേ index.html കറക്റ്റാണല്ലോ ഇങ്ങോട്ട് നോക്കി റൂട്ട് വേണ്ട റൂട്ട് ഉണ്ടാവില്ല ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നോ ഇത് ഇത് ഒരു ഇമേജ് അല്ലേ ഉള്ളൂ അതേതാ 128 ആണോ ഓക്കെ ഇമേജ് ആണോ കൊടുക്കാത്തത് ഇങ്ങനെ ഇവിടെ അല്ലേ കിടക്കുന്നേ ഇത് index.html ആണോ ഇൻഡെക്സ് എന്നാണല്ലോ ഇവിടെ കാണിക്കുന്നത് റീനെയിം ചെയ്ത് നോക്കിയേ index.html പറ്റിയതോ ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ഡ്രോപ്പ് ചെയ്തേ Percent and the problem. German. No. Permission land, okay. Permission land. I'll copy the put it in like it.
From App Manager, you can also debug your app. Just click the debug button. It will show the fields inspect like this. Okay. Okay. Now we can just add some script. Everybody following me? Okay. Hmm?
Close it open it. Reopen it. Still let it start. Any start on it. Later right. Full on not. Like it. This updated. Okay. HTML ആണ് അതുണ്ടായിട്ട് കുഴപ്പമൊന്നുമില്ല ഹെഡ് ക്ലോസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടോ ബോഡി ആ ടാഗ് കറക്റ്റല്ലല്ലോ ബോഡിയുടെ ഉള്ളിലല്ലല്ലോ വെച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നടക്കുന്നത് ജസ്റ്റ് അപ്ഡേറ്റ് അടിച്ചു നോക്കി ഇങ്ങനെ പ്രസ് ചെയ്ത് പിടിച്ചേ ഇന്റർഫേസ് എന്താ പറയുക വരുന്നുണ്ട് പക്ഷെ കാണുന്നില്ല
Okay. To add script, just create another file here. I'm naming it as main.js. Okay, and including the script in this our HTML file. It's simple, just as your web app development. Okay. Included the script in the HTML. Also, we have to put some. I'm just copying this from the slides. Just copying this script and pasting it in main.js. Okay. I'm creating a button file named id my button. Okay, I have just created a button and an input field, and provided id my text input and my button, and created two variables in the javascript: variable button document get element the button, and also get element by id the text input, two variables, and add an event listener button, add event listener on click function, the text input value alerted. Okay. Okay, have you got this? Like this you can develop um, hmm? Hmm?
അത് എമുലേറ്റർ സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ആയിട്ടില്ല. അത് ക്ലോസ് ചെയ്തേ. ഒന്ന് അടിച്ചത് കണക്റ്റഡ് അല്ല എപ്പോഴും എമുലേറ്റർ.
Yep, now I am going to add some new features like an API call, Ajax API call. I have already written the code. I'm just going through this code now. I have copy pasted the JS file now. Um, it's using an API, so it has an API key. How hard coded it here, and as before, added input files. Okay, I'll put you the link, code link. Here in the JS file, you can view the full code here. Is just calling an Ajax call with the cross domain compatibility on response to 200 OK. It passes the JSON and write it as like this. Okay, and also let's improve the HTML part. That also I am copying from here. It's a bit lengthy HTML, so just copying and pasting. I think you all know how to write the HTML part and JS part, so I think it's simple now. Okay. Okay, you can copy the demo apps code from the GitHub URL I have posted in the chat. Now is the demo app by click get me. It will get the get some recipes. There's some issues with the network. It's not getting anything. I think you are now you have a basic idea how to create an app. Now Shiraz will go through the web APIs and that activities like that.
Actually, web APIs is a set of API provided by Mozilla to interact with your devices, hardware, and services. Based on the security level, web APIs are divided into three. The first one is regular APIs. Next is privileged APIs, and third is certified APIs. Okay, regular APIs means every app has access to regular APIs. For example, battery status, then notifications. Actually, these are set of JavaScript APIs, and every app means if it's a hosted app or a packaged app. Mozilla apps can be hosted and packaged. Hosted means we have an app hosted in a server with a manifest file with it, and packaged app means it will be shipped and packaged in a device. That's the two type of apps. And what is the benefit of packaged apps is it can access the privileged APIs, and regular APIs, hosted apps can only access the regular APIs, like actually regular APIs. These are the APIs: the battery status, notifications, screen orientation, vibration, network informations, then alarm, then device proximity, and ambient light. These are the APIs which a hosted app can access. Sorry, it's not hosted app. Every app can access these APIs. And next comes the privileged APIs. And what privileged APIs only what packaged apps can access these APIs, and packaged apps will be residing in our hardware, in our phones, and this apps can access the device storage, contact, and the browser API. And next is the certified APIs. Actually, Mozilla and its partners, for example, the telephone manufacturers, can only access these APIs. It's something which can't be accessed outside of Mozilla and telephone vendors. And certified APIs comes with web telephony, web SMS, and stuff like that. And yeah, that's it about APIs. And for more information on APIs, you guys can check out that Mozilla's website.
MDN.
Yeah.
MDN have quite bit good
Mozilla Developer Network. They have a handful of resources there.
Sample
It's
code
just
also available in the MDN network.
Simple introduction to APIs, and
like native applications in the Android and iOS. We can use these APIs, web APIs.
And I think Raja will be guiding you to the
App Store submission.
Yeah, App Store submission section. And
okay, now we have created an application. to submit it, to publish it in the marketplace. Marketplace is the uh, area where end user views the application. We have already developed an app, and like Android app Play Store. We have a marketplace. To submit the your application in marketplace, just go to the marketplace, marketplace.firefox.com. You have to log in. Okay, I have signed in to the marketplace. Now just develop apps. Click on this button, it will redirect to this page. Submit your app to the marketplace. Here is a quite good details and started gates, etc. And just click on the submit your app to marketplace. Here you can see the options. The app is paid, in-app, or free. In our case, we have free Firefox OS. As our application is developed with the HTML, CSS, and JS, it can also be run in Firefox mobile and Firefox desktop. So just now we just clicking it, and if the app is hosted, we have to provide the URL here. But for packaged app, just select the file. For now, I'm just packing this recipe app. I created a zip file. Select the file from here. It will automatically validate our application for any security and code errors. It has 0 errors, but 3 warnings. Some HTML and JavaScript errors. Then continue. Then we have to fill in this form. In which category, what are privacy policies, and home page for this application, support email. Then add some screenshots and videos of the app. Then on clicking continue, it will redirect to the permissions page. I can submit this now here. So it's related to the privacy, and selecting the app rights, something like that, and clicking it, it will submit to the app marketplace, and marketplace reviewer will review it and publish it in the marketplace. Hello. Combination and Eldo will get you through the another tool, app maker, and then we are going to create real apps. That's the main part of our Fox Hack Day.
So just we have learned about how to make an app using coding. So I believe all of us here does not like coding. So there is a way to create apps for Mozilla. The app to create it's called App Maker. So we will just give a brief introduction about what's App Maker and what this is all about. So App Maker is basically a tool in which we can use a facility called drag and drop. We can drag our app, the contents like the buttons or any feature to it, and we can create our own app. That's the basic functionalities. For that, we are introducing the App Maker and welcome Kumareshan to give the brief description.
App Maker is a basic brick like making process. There are lots of brick related to timer counts. Examples are there in App Maker. You have to just drag and drop the bricks and make the app as you for. First of all, you have to go to webmaker.org. The site is done by AppMaker. Webmaker.org. Got the AppMaker website?